Hello. Hello, I'm Claudia Say from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. Just gonna go on. Oops. So I can see the messages that pop up. How are you today? I'm all ready to go to the gym. Haven't been for a few days. I've been training every day, but I haven't been. So I do Muay Thai training in the afternoon. Sometimes I go to the gym in the morning. This time I'm going to the gym in the morning. Build some muscle. How are you? So I've got my coffee. In fact, I've done double coffee this morning. I woke up a little bit later than usual, about 7:15, so about 45 minutes ago. So I was in a bit more of a rush this morning to get ready for this, and I made myself a coffee first. Drank another coffee, and so this is my second. I felt the need for double coffee. Okay, so I picked a card out for today from one of Colette Baron Reid's decks. This is Wisdom of the Oracle. And we got building blocks. So yeah, she stood on all those blocks there. So if she hadn't have built all those blocks underneath her feet, if she'd have tried to do it in a rush and built like just one on top of the other and had like a very thin stack of blocks, tried to rush into something that she was building, she would have got up there and it would have toppled over, of course. And so this one, it's all about setting those firm foundations. So whatever you're trying to build in your life at the moment, it's about not rushing to get there. It's not rushing to build that precarious tower that's going to fall down once you climb up on it. It's about building those solid foundations and taking it slowly and doing it right. So if this is a relationship that you're trying to build, this is about friendship first and really getting to know someone, building that solid foundation first, taking it slowly. If this is a business you're trying to build, building those foundations, building those relationships slowly within the business and getting it all it's like if you're building a house, you want to put the foundations down first, but even before that, if you're building a house, if you want to build your own house, you're going to decide what it is that you want, really, and you want to look far ahead. You want to look, well, I know what I want today, but maybe in 5 years' time or 10 years' time, what might I want in that house? It might be that you want to start a family, and so instead of just building a one-bedroom house, you're thinking ahead. You're thinking, okay, well, maybe I will have 3 children and I want a 4-bedroom house. And so you think ahead, and you build the solid foundations by asking architects to draw up plans and stuff. So there's this process that goes on, thinking ahead and building those solid foundations for the future. Oh, my ear's going boo. Hey Greta, how are you? Hey J007, how are you? Where are you both watching from? So let's have a look what Colette Baron Reid says about this. Might give us a bit more to think about for today. You have everything you need to cultivate an extraordinary life. This is a time when your focus needs to be on the foundations you build upon. Your work, your relationships, and your very being are being underwritten by your values, ethics, morals, and core beliefs. Are they still true for you? Will they stand the test of time and serve as a solid grounding upon which you can construct your life? Now you're making changes that will affect everything in a positive way. Your destiny is truly a remarkable and beautiful design. Right, and so what I'm getting from this is that the universe is doing it for us, these solid foundations. When you want something and then the universe doesn't give it to you, and it's like, why not? Why aren't you giving me that? And you think that there's something wrong with the way that you're manifesting. What I'm picking up from this is that the universe is actually making sure that we've got solid foundations. So it's like, no, you can't manifest that yet because you need this solid, firm base within yourself first for what you're wanting to build. And so our manifestations are being held back at the moment, or manifestations that are being held back at the moment are for good reason. So that's building blocks. Have a think about that today, of slowing down and getting that firm base, especially within ourselves too. Like that's what a lot of my work is. It's often what we ask for from the universe, we can only manifest once we are that person that can have that in our lives. What I mean by that is, if you wanted to be, say if you wanted to do a TED talk, right? Yet you've never done any public speaking and it really scares you, right? Then you haven't got a firm foundation for that. It's just like a pie in the sky kind of a dream. And so if you were trying to manifest that, it would be withheld from you no matter how much you pushed for that, or applied for it or whatever. It would be withheld from you by the universe, and the universe would be pushing you into the smaller things to build up your confidence in public speaking or something like that. And so that's like the kind of the firm foundations within yourself to be able to manifest what you want. So I just watched the daily read. Have you seen the daily read yet for today? Today being the 22nd of October, Tuesday, which it is for me. It's really good today. It's about, the energies for today are about having an awareness of play, that the universe is trying to play with you. And when you have that awareness that the universe is trying to play with you, and you're just kind of waiting for synchronicities, waiting for signs from the universe all day, and it does play with you, it brings up the funniest synchronicities and the funniest manifestations. And so just having that awareness that the universe wants to play with you brings those manifestations in. Also, we had the challenges for today were about fear and worry. Your block is public speaking. Okay, guys, have you tried it? Public speaking for me started out when I was at school, and I hated it because I was asked to, stand up in front of the class and talk about things that I didn't know that well and I wasn't interested in. It was horrible. Then I had this experience when I was about 15 at school, and I was a whitewater slalom kayaker. I was actually being trained to paddle for England, doing the slalom down rivers. When they hang the gates over the top of rivers, and then you paddle down, and then you've got to go up through the gates without touching them. It's really a lot of fun, and I was really good at it because I've always been very strong and fit. And so, the coach for England was wanting to try and train me. Anyway, I was really into it. And so we were asked at school to do this talk. And so that's what I chose. I took some of my gear in, and I just talked about kayaking. I talked about the flow of rivers. And I could have gone on forever. It was hard for me to keep it within the 15-minute thing. And I loved it. Like, it was just so different because I was so into it. Then at uni, I had to do some more. Again, I had to pick a subject. I did engineering degree, which was interesting to learn about, but I wasn't that into it really. And again, we were told to pick a subject and talk about it. And again, I hated it because I couldn't find anything that I was really, really interested in. And looking back, I should have picked chaos theory or metaphysics. Because we'd learned about that. I would have been way more interested in that, but I didn't. I picked something else and it was boring. So I hated that. Then when I started this business in Australia, I started being invited to speak at groups. about various subjects, and easy, really love doing that. And so I've kind of gone back and forth like that, but found that if you're really into something, it's easy, really easy to talk about it. Now I can do things like this really easily. Like I could, if I went to an event and there wasn't a speaker there, and they were like, oh no, someone hasn't showed up, what are we going to do? I could get up there and do public speaking like that. Easy, easy. I can speak about anything very easily now, within the framework of what I know. So yeah, Greta, just maybe it's maybe it's the subject matter that you're not really into, or that this doesn't really excite you. That could be it. Yeah, so the challenges and the lessons today are about fear and worry, about manifesting what it is that you need and want, and not to let that take you out of that magic feeling. It's like, if you can have that awareness that the universe wants to play with you and deliver these synchronicities to you and this magic to you, without letting that fear and worry kick in, that you're not going to get what you want and not going to get what you need, then it'll be a really magic day. So this is like training yourself from the negative to the positive expectation. That's exactly what it is. Negative expectation compared to positive expectation. And the positive expectation doesn't have to be focusing on what it is that you need or want. In fact, that's more negative expectation when you do that. It's just focusing on the universe wanting to play with you and what is it going to manifest today. And then taking it back to this, building blocks. It's like maybe you're asking for this top level, and what's manifesting are the first bricks, yeah? And so you're getting disappointed because you're thinking you're not getting what you want, but it's not going to build a thin tower that's going to topple over. It's getting you to manifest this bottom layer of the foundations first. So think about that. What else did we have? Our focus. Can't remember what the focus was. Yeah, I can't remember what the rest of it was, but let's go deeper into the energies for today. So, Greta, I really enjoy it. And I've been given signs that I'm going into TV now, next, soon, sometime. So I've had all these synchronicities show up. Like, been offered TV shows and ideas for reality TV. Reality TV with a difference. Hey, Dad, it's sunny here. It's sunny today. Yay. My left eyelid twitches when I speak to someone. Oh, is that a nerve thing? Or left eyelid, right? I had this about, I don't know, a year ago, maybe not as long as that ago. And my left eyelid started twitching. And I thought the same. I thought it was like a nervous thing. It was really annoying. I found that it was a deficiency of a certain vitamin or mineral. And because we don't have much available here on this little island that I live on, and by way of supplements, and I try and get all my nutrition from food anyway, I looked for what has whatever it was that I was deficient in, or that I could have been deficient in, and it was pumpkin seeds that had a lot of it in. So I bought myself some pumpkin seeds and started eating some of those every day, and it got better. It stopped happening. So pumpkin seeds. And so it could be that is just manifesting when you're nervous. Because mine, it happened in the evening when I went to dinner with people too. So it was like that was the trigger, but it stopped happening once I got rid of the deficiency. There you go. Yeah, it's sunny today, so I'm going to go to the gym. Then, I'm going to come back and lay out in the sun by the pool. It's been raining for days. There has been a little bit of sun here, and I've always got getting outside. I always get outside as much as I can, even if it's just bright and it's cloudy. But my vitamin D on my skin. It's really good for my skin too. It helps. Yeah. Like, the people that are trying to sell sunscreen, which unfortunately is the government organisations, are trying to say that sun's bad for your skin, but it's actually the opposite way around. It's not good to be burned, but sun itself is really good for your skin. It improves the thickness of your skin and the texture of your skin. It like stimulates the collagen, and it's really good. It's not good to put sunscreen on. Anyway. Hard to see the outside there. It's too bright. If I open the curtains, you won't be able to see me. Yes, usually happens when there's a lot of people around. Yeah, so great. I get yourself some pumpkin seeds. It does each day. I was only eating about 10 or 15 a day, just like throwing it in my porridge. Sunscreen is poison. You know, my first problem with sunscreen. So my parents used to put it on me when we went on holiday. We were out in the sun a lot. Then when I was 8, I was going in for an operation. I've got 3 kidneys, and one of them wasn't working properly because my mum took anti-sickness medication when she was pregnant with me. So luckily I didn't get the deformities that other babies were getting at the time, where the spinal cord was like outside of the body. Scary stuff. But I got 3 kidneys, which is kind of useful. But 3, so on one side there's 2 kidneys, on the other side there's 1, and on the side that was 2 kidneys, that there is 2 kidneys, one of them wasn't working properly. So I had to have an operation. Anyway, I was going for the operation in the summer, in the UK summer, which isn't that hot, but my mum had put sunscreen on me to go to school, and I'd gone out into the sun, and then when I went out into the sun, my skin just came out in this huge rash. It's like the combination of sunscreen and the sun together. It triggered something, and I had this like rash all over my body where the sunscreen was and where the sun had hit me. It was horrible. And you know, have you ever experienced it when your skin's had a reaction like that and your whole skin's hurting? It's horrible, really uncomfortable. And then the doctors said that I couldn't have my operation because this had happened. So it's like they said don't use sunscreen again. But that was my first, there's something not right about sunscreen. To put a chemical on your skin and then for it to react with the sunshine in the skin like that, there's something not right about it. So I stopped wearing it because I never wanted that to happen again. And then when I was, I only ever used it then when I knew that I was going to be out in the sunshine for a long time, which in the UK wasn't ever, because the sun isn't hot there. The summer lasts like 2 weeks, and it's not even hot, like it's colder than the winter here. And so yeah, I didn't use it. And then when I moved to Australia, where there's a lot more skin cancer, I have like skin cancer clinics everywhere, I noticed from talking to people, just meeting people when I first moved there, my friends that never used sunscreen never had skin cancer. Friends, even 20-year-olds, as young as 20-year-olds, had skin cancer, and they use sunscreen all the time. And it's like, and they'd be saying, but yeah, I use sunscreen all the time because I don't want to get it again. It's like, hang on a minute. You've been using sunscreen your whole life. Every time you go out in the sun, and you've had skin cancer, and you think it's protecting you from skin cancer. And here my other friends don't use it, and they've never had skin cancer. It's like, there's a bit of a disconnect there. It's like, it's the other way around. And so I saw it just by listening to people and looking at the evidence around me. It's the people that are using sunscreen that are getting skin cancer, not the other way around. So it's like, hell, I'm not using that. So it's more of this marketing science, that isn't true, to try and sell a product. That you do this science. Can't stand the smell of sunscreen. Okay. So there's natural sunscreens. Coconut oil is about 3 SPF 3, I think. And so when you put coconut oil on your skin, you do get a bit of sun protection from that. And it nourishes the skin too, so the skin's good in the sun. Very protective. What a moisturizer, the sunscreens causes rashes. Yeah, and the particles as well. And they're using very small particles, which actually go through the skin and you're absorbing them too. It's not good. Not good. Not good at all. That's my sunscreen story. So now I have got a natural sunscreen, but I never use it because it doesn't stay on my skin. I sweat it right off. So I've been trying to sell it. Someone that's not so sweaty. But yeah, I'll generally only ever use sunscreen if I'm going to be out. Say if I'm going snorkeling, I'm going to be out in the ocean for hours in the sunshine, no shade. I'll put sunscreen on the back of my legs and on just my forehead at the top here. But it's only if I'm going to be in the sun for a long time. Usually I just limit my sun exposure. But yeah, it's really good. So I'll be going out in the sun today. Anyway, let's pick some cards for going deeper into the energies today. Oh, that was it, yeah. So the guidance for today in the daily was about deciding what would be perfect for you. And so is this perfect day exercise again? It's like writing down your perfect day as if it's just happened. And if you did this, like last week when I talked about it, just like do it again, but make it really magical this time. So this awareness of the universe playing with you, wanting to play with you, and these synchronicities happening. If you do it with that frame of mind, it's going to be really cool. And so this is it. See, perfect understanding. It's like, well, this is about understanding what would be perfect for you. Like often we can listen to other people and listen to like adverts and TV shows and things like that and think that we should want these things that we're being told to want and that would be perfect for us, and it's not. You know, it's like when I was in my 20s and I had everything that I was told that I should want, like the big house and the time off and the holidays and the new car and stuff like that. I had a lot of stuff at the time. And none of it made me happy. And now I hardly have any stuff at all. I'm very minimalist. I tend to live in places where it's provided for me, the stuff that I need. And it's much more perfect for me. That freedom is much more perfect for me. So in the same way, being asked today, like really, what would be perfect for you? Really understanding yourself, because you know some people, all that stuff might be perfect for them. You know, it does. People are different. People want different things, and it's okay. So yeah, this is like getting a deeper understanding of yourself and what would be perfect for you. And if you don't know, if you can't figure it out, if you think that, if you've been living something and you're kind of dissatisfied with it, then you can just open up to the universe showing you. You know, you can have that awareness of the universe wants to play with you and it wants to show you what would be perfect for you. And just a place where I was living where that was very healing, I moved to the Gold Coast. I wanted to live, I had this image in my head of having water at the end of my garden, right? Having some kind of water there so I could kayak right from home. And I ended up moving to a place that was on a canal leading to the ocean. Right? So, you know, a house that's got a pontoon at the back for boats. And bought kayaks and would kayak. And then from that, I had this idea that I would really like to live on a yacht. Not live on a yacht. I wanted to travel more. I wanted to get a yacht. I wanted to sail again because I used to sail when I was younger. And I wanted to do that. And then I ended up moving out of that place, moving into another place, and then meeting a guy that got a yacht and was living on a yacht, and so I lived on the yacht. And it's like, I didn't realize that that would be perfect for me, and it was leading me to islands too. And this island, but I was shy. It's like I thought that I was in the perfect place for me, being Byron Bay, and I'd been there for a long time because it was a very healing place. But then the universe showed me what might be even better than that for me, and it was. And so you don't need to even know what would be perfect for you because the universe can lead you to it. Because like if someone had asked me to do this perfect day exercise years ago, I would have been getting it wrong. I wouldn't have said, waking up in the morning on a yacht and then diving into the ocean and then having a coffee and visiting an island and meeting the community on that island. It's like this is what my life has turned into, but I didn't realize that that was perfect for me. I couldn't have made it up. But the universe knows what is perfect for you and it will lead you there. So can it be a bit more open to being shown? Ooh, more of the energies for today. Now, this is about the lessons and the challenges, about fear and worry, and not caving into that, not expecting the worst. Instead, expecting the universe to show you what's perfect for you, to show you the synchronicities, to show you that it wants to play with you and it wants to give you great stuff. And this is deeper into that. It's blame and cleanse. So this is about letting go of blame, especially, when you learn about law of attraction, you learn about the laws of the universe, and you realize that you're more responsible than you thought you were for your life and that you're creating it. There's the dark side of taking responsibility is blame, right? And so it's good to be responsible because then you can take your power and you can do something about it. But the dark side is blame, and so if you find that you're blaming yourself for not manifesting what you want, or for keep on manifesting challenges, then it's not good for you at all. It's not good. So attacking yourself for it. And so today, it's not just about letting go of that fear and the worry by switching your mind over to that positive expectation of the universe playing with you, of synchronicities and being shown what would be perfect for you. But it's also about being innocent, knowing your innocence, and knowing that you're responsible for your life, but you don't need to blame yourself for it. The universe isn't doing that. I've never once have I done a reading where the universe is like, or a higher self is saying, "You stupid person, you've done it wrong." Like it just never happens. They're fully supportive, always fully supportive. Or love no matter what we do. Byron Bay is beautiful, but it's too commercialized now. Yeah, I left there about 6 years ago, I think it was. Something like that. It certainly changed while I was there, and I was there for 10 years, or maybe longer. I was there for 10 years, so maybe it was 8 years ago when I left, something like that. Yeah, it was. And when I first got there, people were already complaining about it, saying that it changed so much. But then a lot of my friends had lived there a long, long time. Like people complain about this island has changed a lot as well, but when they tell me what it used to be like with no services, you couldn't buy stuff from shops, like there was like one restaurant and no shops and stuff. It's like I wouldn't have liked that. Like with no electricity and no phone service. I'm like, that's too basic for me. I like it as it is now, with services, with places to eat, with supermarkets. I liked living in Byron Bay while I was there. But yeah, it was definitely time for me to leave when I did. What else? Energies for today. So this is about what those things that you know are perfect for you. you can hold firm with that because it is heard. So taking it back to this building blocks card, you might think that something isn't manifesting. And so there's something that you know is perfect for you, but it's not manifesting yet. And that's because the building blocks need to be in place first. So it's like, this is your higher self saying, it's not that you're not heard, like you are heard and you're going to get what you want. And you're right about it being perfect for you. But there's stuff to put in place first. Maybe there's stuff to let go of. Maybe it's this fear and worry. Maybe you need to get more into this playful state first. And letting go of that blaming yourself and not being able to manifest it. So that could be what the building blocks are. It could be that you need to do more public speaking in a smaller way. It can be all kinds of things. So it's really interesting that this perfect card has come out 3 times now. So it came out in the daily reading, it's come out twice here too. So understanding what's perfect for you might be very different than what you're living at the moment. It might be very different than what you thought you should want. Like if we're watching TV and all the adverts and stuff on TV, telling us what we think we should want, very, very different. And then letting go of blaming ourselves for what we're manifesting, what we aren't manifesting, and all of that. Taking responsibility for not blaming ourselves for it. And you are being heard of what's being perfect for you. It is being brought to you, but the building blocks are being put in place first. So again, that takes it back to the blame thing. It's like, if it's not manifesting, don't blame yourself. Building blocks are just being put in place first. Cool. So where are you, Greta? Where are you watching from? Australia, I presume. Right, I'm going to pick my cards out for the day. If anyone wants like a full reading with me, the link is in the description box there to book in. And I do those within 24 hours. It's 3 pages long, the standard reading. You can double it and get 7 pages, which is more than double. There's an option when you buy it. Okay. My cards for the day, I've got Is It True? Mirror Reflection. So this is like my thoughts mirror reflecting to me. Hey Yvonne, how are you? The sun's shining, yay. I can come in mysterious ways, not how I'm expecting. That's good. In the mystery, in the unknown. Sydney, Greta's in Sydney. I'm not really into cities. Although when I go to Kuala Lumpur now for my visa runs, I really enjoy it. I enjoy a few days in the city, and then I've got to get out of there again. Family sun's out again. Yeah, it's so nice. Can't wait. I just thought then when I said it to you, I've got videos to make today. I've got the new moon videos for each star sign to make today, so I'll go and do that by the pool in the sunshine after this. Okay, who wants a reading? Maybe about what your building blocks are, what foundations you're putting into place today. If you want a reading, just pop up a message. I play with my hair a lot, don't I? I've been watching the videos and it's like, wow, I play with my hair a lot. Yes, I want to move up north. Greta, I lived in Byron Bay, Gold Coast. I was in Bigara Waters. And then I lived on a yacht. Oh no, then I lived Main Beach, Gold Coast. And then lived on a yacht for a year. Then Magnetic Island for 8 months. And then Port Douglas for a year or so. How far up north do you want to go? and now I'm living in Thailand. And then I went to, I did a month in Indonesia, I did in Bali, I did a month in Vietnam, a month in Cambodia, and then I came to Thailand and loved it when I got to this island and just stayed. Who wants a reading? Pop up a message and I'll do that for you. Yvonne, did you go to Joe's leaving do last night? I didn't. I saw it on Facebook yesterday and then I thought, no, it's not enough incentive to go down to Victor's. I didn't realise he's been here for 4 years. Because I thought I remembered him arriving after I'd already been here. But maybe he was just coming back. Greta, not really sure. I have all my kids still living at home. Okay. Yeah, I travelled a lot with my kids. But you need to be a bit more stable. No, I went for a drive to 2 years. Okay. With Nui. You and Nui, huh? I wonder if Steve went. I bet he did. I'll have to ask him. He wants a reading. Come on. Tell me you want a reading and I'll do it for you. Are you still? Oh, that's. What's the card today? The card is building blocks. So this is about taking things slowly, building firm foundations. So it's like if you're trying to manifest the outcome, this top layer, and what's manifesting are the building blocks, not being disappointed. You know, the first steps, whether it's within yourself or whether it's first steps to getting something, like baby steps, taking things slowly. That's what the card is for today. Greta. Okay. Greta, you've got to be at peace with taking things slowly, one step at a time, again, like building blocks. Just being at peace with that. And so maybe you've got a rushing energy within you. You're trying to rush ahead. You're trying to make things happen fast. But that energy within yourself is just kind of fighting against yourself. You know, when you're trying to rush something, when you try and do something in a rushed way, like if you're cooking or something like that, then you end up wrecking it if you're rushing it. And it's the same with anything. So when you're trying to manifest anything, if you've got that rushing energy, that pushing, rushing energy, and you're not at peace, then it kind of wrecks stuff. And so be at peace with taking things one step at a time. Be at peace, like slow down, slow your energy down a bit. It's not a race. Life isn't a race. You don't need to rush into anything. You still there, Adat? You still on? Greta? So the stage that you're in at the moment, Greta, instead of rushing things, is your foundations that you're building is this belief in yourself and your awareness, right? And so you might be wanting things to move forward faster, but the things that are manifesting for you is this big belief in yourself. And so that when we think about the public speaking thing that you want to do, it's that belief in yourself that needs to be raised first. Also your self-awareness, so the who is aware card, that's like getting to know yourself better. You know, like the perfect cards that came out, what would be perfect for you? Often we just go along with what everyone says that we think we should want, or what our parents think that we should want, or what society thinks we should want. And we get older and wiser, and we get to know ourselves better, and we learn what we actually want, and we learn that we're all right as we are. We get more belief in ourselves too. So that's where you're at, Greta. trying to get the kids to move out. I just make it really difficult for them. Yeah, oh my God, teenagers. Yvonne, what's your cards? Didn't you get something like this last time? Facing the situation and using your intuition on it. So this is about not taking advice from people, not listening to other people about what they think you should do, but listening to yourself about what you know you should do, especially when it comes to facing situations and making changes. 26, 23, 20, similar ages to my kids. Mine are 26, about to be 27, 22, and 19. Yeah, they should move out. Bunny. So follow your knowing, your intuition, follow what you want to do. You make your own decisions, face the situation in your own time. Yeah. Don't ask for people's advice so much or their opinion, or just don't listen to their opinions so much. Because at the moment you're in like a creation phase, it's like new life creation phase. You don't want it to be the same as before, you don't want to do a rerun. And when we carry on in life on autopilot, we can manifest the same things again, like getting out of one relationship and ending up being in a really similar relationship because we don't take the time to get back to our energy. So we end up with the same energy, meeting someone, doing the same thing over again. That's why time between relationships is really important. And then we can create something different. So being okay about creating something new, being okay about being in between worlds. Again, taking it back to this foundations card, the building blocks, it's being okay about that process. Like the foundations, number one foundation is yourself and what it is that you want, what would be perfect for you. And we can only find that out once we disconnect from the old and we take some time to think about it and to open up to that. They all say it's too expensive to love out of home. Well, yeah, it is. Doesn't mean that you should pay for it all, though. It's expensive for you to have them there. Yeah, my eldest son, he moved out when he was like 19 in Byron. Maybe he was 20. And but he went into a share house in Suffolk Park. We were living in Suffolk Park at the time. So he was just around the corner from me. It was kind of nice. And then he met a girl. Can't remember if it's the girl he's with now. He used to keep them away from me because I'm an embarrassing mum. I'm an embarrassing mum because his friends fancy me and I don't live a conventional life and I'm just embarrassing to my children apparently. They want me to be normal and boring, but I won't. Because I can't. So there you go, Yvonne. Anyone else want a reading? So maybe they can all get a share house together, Greta. And then you can go and stay there, let them look after you. Oh, I'm so over this construction noise next door. It's like constant sawing. Every day. I can ignore it most of the time, but when I'm making videos and stuff and I keep on hearing it back, and then I can hear it in real life, and then I'm watching the video that I've made, I can hear it like double construction noise outside and construction noise on the video too. It's too much. It's like when they were building the pool, there was something to look forward to then. The construction noise from building the pool, but then at the end of it I had a pool, which is amazing. But this is just like a new resort building here. They're building another one. They're building another one right here. It's never, I guess it was full when it was in the height of the busy season. I guess it was full here, so vans can be full. You said that to get a share house together. It's hard though, isn't it? It is, and it is expensive. It's like, especially if kids are used to having, the money. They're working, they're earning money, and they get to have that money for themselves. To then go to like real life of what everyone else is living. That most of that money is taken up by, in Australia anyway, most of that money is taken up by rent. I'm not sure it's the same in other countries, but the rent is so high in Australia. It's stupid. It's like when 70% of your income is rent. I'm on Koh Tao now, southern Thailand. Lived here for 3 years, just over 3 years. 3 years and 1 month, almost. Little island, 8 kilometers by 3 kilometers, I think it is. It's really nice. Great community here. People like Yvonne. Anyone else want a reading? If not, I'll stop right there and I'll make the new moon videos. So the new moon is in what? I think it's 27th, 28th, so in 6 days. It's very high. What's high? Yeah, so if anyone wants a full reading with me, there's a link in the description box to get one of those. I send them out within 24 hours. They're really helpful. It's all really helpful stuff. Going into way more detail than I do in these mini readings. And look out for the new moon readings that should be appearing today on my YouTube channel for each star sign. And that's with a $20 discount for the full new moon readings as well. You'll see a link for that on those videos. Moving to an island. Rent in Sydney. Rent in Byron Bay. Oh my God. It's ridiculous. Like, that's stupid. It's just stupid prices. And like the house prices are stupid too. Like, you can't even get like a 1-bedroom apartment for less than $1 million in Byron Bay. It's just stupid. Really stupid. Like, it doesn't make sense, does it? It's like you can build a house here, and like people building all the time. It's really cheap. Like, really cheap to build. Houses, this just shouldn't be that expensive. And land, like, who owns the land anyway? It just doesn't make sense, does it? Someone's making a lot of money for nothing. For sure. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks everyone for coming along. Thanks for clicking like on this video as well, so more people see it. And if you know anyone that would enjoy coming along to something like this, let them know about it. Tell them about my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. And maybe see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.